Glyph Dance, a ceremonial unification of Yin and Yang. These are the astrological glyphs of the personal planets as they are known today. From left to right, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Traditionally, the glyphs are composed of only three elements: the circle of spirit, the crescent of consciousness, and the cross of matter. So the sun is the circle of spirit around the circle of spirit, though perhaps this filled inner circle is representative of Source itself. The moon, crescent, pure consciousness. Mercury, the only glyph of these six that contains all three elements. Venus, the circle of spirit over the cross of matter. Earth, the cross of matter within the circle of spirit. And Mars, the circle of spirit under this arrow that breaks the rules. Let's take Venus and Mars. This arrow of Mars, this phallic image, perhaps representative of the go-get-em nature of the creative yang force, can be relaxed into its natural state. And we find the traditional glyph for Mars, which gives us something to contemplate. For Venus, the feminine, the yin, is the circle of spirit over the cross of matter, while Mars, the masculine, the yang, is the cross of matter over the circle of spirit. Feel into that a bit. We see here in their natural states that Venus and Mars are polar opposites of one another, and of course opposites attract. When they connect, the circuit is complete, and the energy produced can be used to merge the yin and yang forces. But isn't this an interesting image? An image of two Earths. And doesn't it feel that way sometime here in the Earth game? As if we're living on two Earths? Duality? The division between the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine, the earthly and the celestial, the dark and the light, the good and the bad, etc., etc. And we see here, contained within two circles of spirit, two positive charges, which sometimes will repel the matter of the masculine and the matter of the feminine, forced apart. And this might seem like an image of the feminine and the masculine butting heads, but this is not that. The elements of these glyphs tell us that the circles are spirit, so the circle of feminine spirit and the circle of masculine spirit are always connected. It is the matter of the masculine and the matter of the feminine that repel. And what's the matter with that? I would say nothing. I would say this experience of duality actually is a wonderful dance that allows us to gain wisdom through contemplation, through reconnection, through consciousness. And one way we can see the masculine matter and the feminine matter is in our chromosomes, the masculine being the Y and the feminine the X. So I like this image, though it does not really show us the story from these three elements we're allowed to play with. So let's shift that Y chromosome into the crescent, and the X will stay as the cross that connects us to the earth, the four directions, the four seasons, and that crescent of consciousness, like our antenna reaching up towards the celestial. This is a strange image too. It's like Mercury with two bodies. But it's a great image of the four elemental forces. The crescent, consciousness, this is the air. The blue circle, heart, this is the water. The red circle, will, this is the fire. And the green cross, earth, the body, the senses. We could also see this astrologically this way. In green, this is the glyph of Taurus, and in blue, of course, the glyph for Venus. One important investigation for the Taurus Mystery School is intimacy, sensuality, And one expression of the Venus energy is of love. So intimacy and love give us the energy to further combine the feminine and masculine spirit, consciousness, and the senses. Bring the feminine and masculine together. When I stop here, these circles interlaced, circumference of one at the center of the other and vice versa. This is the image of the Vesica Pisces. And the image of the yoni, which is now ready for impregnation. So here comes the seed. And as the seed is planted, it gestates, it grows, it is nurtured, preparing to be born. And the matter of the masculine and the feminine now approach one another to fully merge the feminine and masculine spirit, leaving us with an interesting image. An image of the sun with two rings of spirit around that filled inner circle of source. Maybe even two inner circles of source. This is the image of a new sun, of a new day, of a new age, where feminine and masculine energies, where yin and yang forces are reconnected. May this be the sun that we see rise.